and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me, hold your hand while the pain was over, keep you warm by the roaring sea. Oh, you meant the world to me. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me, hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Don't mean the world to me.
Never gonna give you up, I'm never gonna let you go, never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give you up, I'm never gonna let you go, never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up, never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up, never gonna say goodbye, no.
Turns and plays it back to Alisson. And since the stoppage, Liverpool have very much settled into the game, and they've seen a great deal more of the ball, and the Manchester City press that we saw for those opening minutes seems to have eased off.
Yes, they've dropped off the pace, City. They've come out the blocks ever so quick, and you know, they get a little bit of a breather, but it's allowing Liverpool to put a lot of passes together, which obviously frustrates the home fans because they want to go and get the ball back as quick as possible. City have got to keep a high tempo if they want to get a result tonight.
Chris Waddle with us on BBC Radio 5 Live, 62 caps for England. Here's Stones, John Stones, 37 caps for England. Plays the ball out towards the left-hand side. Back it comes to Vincent Kompany, starting a match for City this season for only the 9th time. Kompany plays it back to Ederson, who controls it, looks for Danilo. Milner was able to throw himself in front of it, and it bounces out of play. Off Bernardo Silva, says referee Taylor. In fact, no, he says that Bernardo Silva shoved Mane in the back, and it's a free kick that Liverpool play back into their own half.
He got that right, Anthony Taylor. It was a push in the back.
0-0. And Liverpool play it all the way back now, again into central defence, and then all the way back to goalkeeper Alisson. This is more like the 0-0 at Anfield in October. In that match, if you remember, neither team had an attempt on target until over an hour into the game. 0-0 here. And the only ball's headed out of play by Firmino from the throw from Robertson, so it's a throw into Manchester City near the halfway line. And I think that was a deflection, wasn't it, off Fernandinho, that ended up in the arms of his goalkeeper Ederson. City with the ball on the edge of their own penalty area. Stones. Back to Ederson again, who threads a pass in between Firmino and Mane. And now Bernardo Silva draws two Liverpool players and then flicks it to the left-hand side to Sadio Mane. David Silva, back to Fernandinho. Raking pass from him, and what a pass to the feet of Sterling on the right-hand side. Sterling's up against Robertson. Robertson does well, gets the challenge in with his left foot. Drop of the shoulder from Sterling. Wanted to go inside, went outside, but Robertson read it and put in an excellent challenge.
Brilliant
ball from Fernandinho. We're talking about how he does a defensive job and he's so disciplined in front of that back four. But he has got that in his locker, that pass. What a wonderful crossfield pass to Sterling, who, you know, he's got wonderful pace, Sterling. Sometimes you just think push it and run, because at least you're going to get a throw in or a corner out of it.
Fernandinho, who came back into the Manchester City team at Southampton when City last played, and suddenly it looked like a different ball game. He missed 4 of the previous 5 when City lost 3 of their last 4 league games, which is why we have this gap. City with the ball in their own penalty area. Stones receives it from his goalkeeper, Danilo, now up towards Sterling, and Robertson was very tight on him, right in front of where Guardiola was watching. Now Bernardo Silva with a long ball forward, but it's hooked away by Van Dijk and out of play for a throw-in, just to the right of the Liverpool technical area, the coaching area, where Jurgen Klopp is there in his red training shoes. Other than that, all in black baseball cap on his head. Manchester City with Kompany hits a ball that's way over the top of the intended target, Sané, and out of play for a throw into Liverpool halfway inside their own half.
I think Jurgen Klopp will obviously not be happy with the way they've used the ball. Only on a couple of occasions they've put a lot of passes together. He'll be a bit worried about that. I think his midfield at the minute can't put their foot on the ball. You're looking for a player who can get on the ball and start dictating the play in there. All right, they're playing up against the City players, but they're not doing anything when they get the ball.
Here's Sterling, middle of the Liverpool half, tries to lift it over the top with his right foot. This one's headed away by Lovren. It comes out for Fernandinho. Couldn't get the ball down, couldn't get it under control. Milner is then able to stretch and stab it away. Then it's helped further away by Firmino to Sadio Mane, who, remember, was sent off here in the league last season, or challenged by Bernardo Silva. Down went Mane, and Bernardo Silva remonstrated immediately, waving his left arm around as if to say to Mane, get up, there was nothing wrong with that. And referee Taylor agrees that it was a good challenge by Bernardo Silva, but now a little loss of composure from Laporte, just passing the ball out of play on the far side, throwing Liverpool.
I know David Silva gets a lot of the plaudits, and rightly so, but Bernardo Silva is a fantastic player, and he's only going to get better and better in a City shirt. So far, City look more composed on the ball, more relaxed. Liverpool, for me, look very nervous, and they've given the ball away so cheaply. Again, another one.
Yeah, Salah this time stretching for it, but Manchester City are back in possession. Here's Sterling, much more centrally. Sterling goes away from his England colleague Henderson. Now to Sané on the left-hand side, who tried to give it back to Sterling, who didn't continue his run into the full-back position, the Liverpool right-back area, and therefore Liverpool have that yellow ball back, clearing it towards the halfway line, aiming for Salah, but the Manchester City defenders towering over him. Laporte easily headed it down, but Liverpool cross the halfway line again. Here on the left-hand side, it's 0-0, still early stages here. Salah into Firmino, who rolls the challenge from David Silva. Now to the edge of the box. Wijnaldum turns, plays it to the right-hand side. Alexander-Arnold's ball across is behind everyone in a red shirt, but Mane gets to it first. Now here's Robertson, left side of the penalty area. Mane just touches it further back to Milner. Robertson again, almost in the full-back position. Little ball into the box to Mo Salah, who tries to go around the very solid and sturdy figure of Fernandinho, who stood up extremely strongly against Salah and actually wins the free kick for Salah's foul on him from behind.
I think you mentioned Fernandinho's name more than any other player so far. He's been involved in Liverpool's attack, come off and went to the goalie, crossfield ball, running into Robertson and get a free kick off Salah.
Manchester City 0, Liverpool 0, and we've played quarter of an hour, Chris, and very little in the way of goal-scoring opportunities.
Yeah, a lot of respect, high-tempo game. I think Liverpool are just waiting for City to come off the pace, and so far, they haven't.
We were both here, weren't we, for the 5-0 last season, which was an amazing scoreline, given the way that the game went. That was early on last season when Sadio Mane was controversially sent off. And if you remember, they next played each other in the Premier League in January, when Liverpool won 4-3 at Anfield. That was Manchester City's first league defeat of last season, on the way to the title. And then, of course, there were the Champions League meetings of April, and then the 0-0 draw of October.
Too long basically in possession. Can you get the ball forward a lot earlier?
Manchester City 0, Liverpool 0. And you can tell what's happened to the game when I look down at the spectators in front of us here. Many of them have picked up their phones and are having a little look and seeing what's being said. It's just got that sort of feel around it at the moment. Here's Salah turning near the centre circle. Then a lovely little flick from Firmino to Salah, who slips the ball through to Mane, and Mane hits the post with a shot. It bounces out, it's cleared, then it's blocked on the line. Salah follows up. Salah's claiming that he touched it over the line, but no, the technology doesn't give it, and that is remarkable that the ball did not end up in the back of the Manchester City net. Sadio Mane looked to have done everything right. Now Henderson plays it into the box. Ederson comes and gets a punch on it, and it's cleared away downfield by Bernardo Silva. Amazing. How did it stay out?
That was incredible, wasn't it? Oh, he got the ball, Salah, lovely little give and go, gets a return, throws on it, so you think it's in, hits the post, and then there's a scramble, and it comes away. How that's never gone over the line. I was waiting for the referee to get the signal on his wrist wherever he gets it to say that was crossed the line.
So brilliant combination though between Salah, Firmino and Mane, right through the middle of the Manchester City defence.
If you can get the ball to them, they haven't had a lot of service, let's be honest. That was the first bit of service they've had. If you can get the ball to them, we've known over the last 18 months, whatever, that they can beat anybody.
And when they're on it from right off the goal line, we've not seen a replay yet to see how close it was to actually crossing the line. Company heading the ball out of play on the far side, throwing to Liverpool that Trent Alexander-Arnold is waiting to take. Still he waits. Not much movement for him. Now here's the replay while we're looking at that. Ederson actually diving back, and it was hooked away. The bouncing ball was hooked away right off the line by John Stones, was it?
Well, John Stones tried to clear it. The goalkeeper...
Here's Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side, does well, plays it in. Mane with a shot, but straight at goalkeeper Ederson, who's able to dive just forward and right and grasp the ball into his chest.
Well, the go down is a good chance, but it was a difficult bit of skill. The ball was quite high, he had to just to volley it. He did well to get it on target, but it was straight at the goalkeeper Ederson. But him and Stones got so confused, it was nearly an own goal, which would have been terrible.
Stones volleyed the ball into the recovering Ederson. Here's Aguero now through the middle, and Lovren puts in the challenge on him. That is a free kick, and it'll be a yellow card instantly from Anthony Taylor. No messing about there from the referee for that challenge from Lovren, who took down the dangerous Aguero as he burst forward from the centre circle.
Just great change of pace, Aguero. Oh, and it's a terrible tackle. We've just seen the benefit of a replay. That is shocking. He's got no intent to go for the ball. He's left him for pace. He dives in, takes him out. Yes, yellow. He's lucky to get that.
Yeah, dived in. I mean, that's a yellow card.
Oh, definite.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not a red card.
Well, he deliberately took him out, didn't he?
Free kick. A little further on, actually, I think, from where it happened. It's about, well, it's in the middle of the Liverpool half. Lovren becomes the first player to receive a yellow card in this match. And a free kick in a dangerous position. Silva and Bernardo Silva work it. David Silva's ball in, chested by Aguero. The offside flag is up. He chested it down with his back to goal, but the flag was up, and it's a free kick to Liverpool inside their own penalty area. 20 minutes played, Manchester City 0, Liverpool 0. But going back to the ball off the line, after it came off the post, John Stones blasted it straight into Ederson's head, and then, oh my goodness, we're just seeing the replay again.
Wow.
And the replay made it look as though the ball was over the line. There must be millimetres in that as the ball is played forward, but Van Dijk gracefully comes across and whips the ball away from Bernardo Silva and chips it out of play near the halfway line. It must have been so close to being over the line.
In an inch.
Well, I would say less.
Well, there you go. I'm not going to argue about it.
Manchester City 0, Liverpool 0, but only just by a fraction of an inch. Here's David Silva on the left-hand side. Zane's low ball across, left-footed. Van Dijk was there to sweep it away this time, out of play, into all of those seething spectators on the far side as they stretched for the ball, and it landed in amongst them, and it's thrown back down for Laporte, who takes the throw-in back into his own half.
I'd be disappointed, John Guardiola, that we're not saw Sterling or Sane really yet get the better of the full-back and create anything from these wide areas. They've had the ball to the feet, but they've played back and square. Aguero's definitely a threat so far in the game, you'd say that.
Yes, but he'll be relieved when he sees that back again at half-time, that his team didn't go 1-0 down there. It's still 0-0. Here's the dangerous Sergio Aguero on the right-hand side, though. Aguero, Manchester City's top scorer, 13 goals this season, scored one of the goals, got back into the goals at Southampton at the weekend. Now here's Danilo taking the ball forward towards the edge of the box. Fernandinho tried to lift it across to Zane, but didn't get it quite right, and it was headed down and away. But Zane's got the ball at his feet and is now moving into the penalty area on the left-hand side. He's got David Silva out there. David Silva right-footed ball across. That's blocked away out of the penalty area, and Firmino passes it forward for Salah. Clever from Manchester City there. Laporte just ran across Salah, and that meant that Kompany was able to get to the ball comfortably and keep it for City. Halfway through the first half, and it's 0-0 on this cold night, actually, on the east side of Manchester. Great noise inside the stadium. Milner falling and clearing from his own right back position against his former club, and then the ball is pumped high out towards the roads. Laporte, more generally his central defensive colleague, Laporte and Stones, but Laporte now from left back is taking the ball up towards the edge of the area. Laporte just outside the penalty area by James Milner. That was classic City, cutting through the opposition defence and pulling it back from the byline, but this time Liverpool were able to clear.
Great spell at the minute on Man City. You've got the tempo going, they're moving the ball a lot quicker. Liverpool are quite happy though to get red shirts behind the ball and frustrate and try and catch them on the break.
0-0, Manchester City 0, Liverpool 0.
Offside
against Sane, and it's a free kick to Liverpool halfway inside their own half. So we can take a breath after a fairly intensive period of play over the course of the last 10 minutes. Liverpool so close to taking the lead. When Mane's shot hit the post, came out, Stones kicked it into Ederson, who was diving back, and Stones himself brilliantly cleared it off the line. Bearing in mind, a split second, he was on the edge of the 6-yard box, kicking it into his own goalkeeper, and then an instant later, back on his own goal line, clearing it away. Stones now. A little touch on Sadio Mane, and it's a free kick to Liverpool in the central third. And the freeze frame of the goal line decision incident is suggesting that there were only fractions of an inch in it.
Yeah, the more you look at it,
it might be an inch actually.
Well, John Stones did ever so well to get off the lane. I mean, it was a right mess they made of it, him and Edison, but he cleared it. You'd say City have been the better side in possession, but they haven't created one good chance yet.
The better side up to the edge of the Liverpool penalty area.
And that's the problem. You're waiting for Sterling, Sane, Aguero, the two Silvas to create something, and they haven't. They've played well up to that area, but in the final third where it all counts, they haven't produced anything.
And it's still 0-0. We still wait for the first goal in matches between these sides this season. As time's gone on, that missed penalty by Mahrez at Anfield looks more and more significant, doesn't it, in the closing stages of that match. Mahrez on the bench today. That was quite a controversial choice of penalty taker that day, if you remember. Here's Van Dijk. He turns and plays it back to Alisson.
They wanted Jesus to take it, didn't they?
That's right. Ball is passed out by Alisson to Lovren, then back to the Liverpool goalkeeper, who unusually passes it straight to an opposing player, Danilo, near the halfway line. And so Manchester City start again from the back. Almost half an hour played. Stones has a look up as he reaches the halfway line. Bernardo Silva, then back to Fernandinho, but Fernandinho has Henderson on him.
I just don't think, John, the movement from Sterling and Sane, they don't ask questions behind early enough. They look at the ball, they're passing it around City, take off, and if they don't hit it, you can say, look, I've made the run, you're not hitting the ball, but they're not actually making any runs.
But City would normally do that.
Yeah, but look, we're looking at it now. Stones is touch. Look at Sterling, not moving, not at all.
Stones, in that case, has to go square back towards Company. Little ball to Fernandinho, and then back it goes again. And there's a little lull inside the stadium now with Manchester City. Possession inside their own half, but not hurting Liverpool at all. There's plenty of respect being shown here. Aguero back into his own half for Stones again. Now Bernardo Silva, but he's 10 yards inside his own half. Now the ball from Fernandinho over the top for Sterling to chase into the penalty area. Robertson's back with him, blocks the cross, back to Sterling. Sterling tees up David Silva, stabs it goalwards. It's blocked inside the penalty area, and Liverpool are able to pass it away. And then Sadio Mane instantly sweeps it downfield. You can see clearly what Liverpool are looking for here. As soon as City had that pressure at one end and they got the chance to break, then instantly downfield they came, but Sadio Mane wasn't able to find
Salah. You want to see Sterling, listen, and if he runs out of steam, put your hand up. You've got people like Mahrez to come on, but you've got to ask questions behind. There's a lot of space behind this back four, Liverpool, and the possession they're getting, no pressure on it. Stones, Fernandinho, they can send that ball, but you've got to make the run. You run, I kick it, not wait for you to kick it and then I'll run.
Brilliant defensive play from Robertson though against Sterling too. Liverpool with the ball on the right-hand side, and then as it came to Wijnaldum, so the challenge came in, and Company was able to see the ball back to Edison.
Oh.
Brilliant takedown by Aguero from a ball that was hit so high, I think it was out of our sight under the top of the tier above, and then it came down and he killed it dead. The ball deflects out of play for a throw into Liverpool eventually on the halfway line.
He's looked very bright, Aguero, so far in this game. All right, he's probably a bit frustrated that he hasn't had a goal-scoring opportunity, a real clear one at the moment, but his link-up play, his movement's been excellent.
0-0. FA Cup to come this weekend. We've got stacks of commentaries over the course of the coming weekend. Big preview programme, 5 Live tomorrow night. Don't miss that, when we'll have all of those FA Cup third round stories for you, and then the commentaries whenever FA Cup football's being played, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you will hear it here on 5 Live. Here's Mane, slips the ball to Milner on the left hand side, but the ball bounces for Bernardo Silva, who's able to play it to Stones in the box, then back towards Edison, who typically pulls the ball to his left about 3 feet from the line and clears it downfield eventually onto the head of Van Dijk, who heads it forward. Milner helps it forward, but straight to Fernandinho. Yes, Rotherham are here, aren't they, on Sunday in the FA Cup to play Manchester City. Liverpool go to Wolves in the FA Cup on Monday night. That is a 5 Live commentary match on Monday, but lots of them in between now. Are you on FA Cup duty this weekend for us?
No, I'll probably be at Sheffield Wednesday v Luton.
Yeah, interesting times for Wednesday.
Yeah, new manager. Results have turned around, but Luton are a very good side.
Ball played across by Stones, and Vincent Kompany, who stretched for it and is yellow carded. Well, he was put under pressure by John Stones there in his challenge on Mohamed Salah. He took the ball, but he's caught Salah as well, who's gone down, stayed down, and is clutching his lower left leg. It was because of the way that Kompany went in there. Well, he has been shown the yellow card, Kompany, for the challenge, Chris.
That's too bad. By the way, he's left the ground. That
could be a red card.
That could easily be a red. He's lucky to get a yellow. Listen, the referee, big game, he's given him a yellow. And as you said earlier, it's definitely a yellow card. And as I said, the other one, how you look at it, that could have been a red as well.
I think that was closer to a red card.
Well, he's left the ground, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So you can't leave the ground, and he's very lucky there, Vincent Kompany.
Manchester City 0, Liverpool 0. And referee Taylor is only just putting his card back in his pocket. Liverpool weren't best pleased with that. Certainly Salah wasn't best pleased. That could have been nasty, and he's okay. Yeah. And in fact, Jurgen Klopp here, Juliet Farrington to our right, just pointed out that Jurgen Klopp is in lengthy conversations with Martin Atkinson, who's the 4th official here tonight, clearly telling him what he thinks of that. Free kick then. Milner plays it into the area, but onto the head of a leaping Bernardo Silva, who headed it down, and Leroy Sané now left-footed, long downfield, Aguero on the chase, and it's lifted out. Was in at him like a flash, took the ball away from Raheem Sterling and cleared it away, but Mane is there, halfway inside his own half. Sadio Mane, Bernardo Silva puts him under pressure, and Mane runs it out of play for a throw into Manchester City. Still 0-0.
Well, I think City's honesty and work rate's been brilliant, but final third, nothing, and you would expect more from the players of the ability they've got.
Of course, the argument counter to that is it's this Liverpool defence that's conceded only 8 goals in the Premier League this season in 20 matches, nearly 20 and a half. Yeah,
you can give them credit for that, but they've been in good situations, Man City, and they've wasted. Look there, another one. Aguero lets it bounce. Sané doesn't know, do I go for it, do I not? lack of communication, and the final third, decision making has been very poor.
But Robertson's been brilliant again at left back. Van Dijk, as ever, seems to be so often in the right place at the right time. And Lovren, when it was needed, chopped down Aguero and got a yellow card for it and snuffed out what might have been a good opportunity. Alexander-Arnold playing his part as well at right back. Here's Milner. Milner just skips away from the challenge of Fernandinho. James Milner now. Wijnaldum is challenged by David Silva, and the ball eventually deflected out of play for a throw-in near the halfway line.
See, I think the three players for Liverpool in midfield, they're doing a job, but they're not creating anything, are they? So the front three, who we know are very dangerous, we know that, are not getting the service what they need. So,
but we thought that, didn't we? As the ball is played forward, but Alisson is out of his penalty area to get there comfortably ahead of Aguero and clear it left-footed downfield. Now Sadio Mane puts in the challenge on Danilo on the halfway line for the aerial ball. It's a free kick, and Anthony Taylor, sensible refereeing this, no hurry, just walks across. Might have a little word with Mane. I don't think it'll be any more than that. It's a free kick to Manchester City.
Eddie the Eagle comes to mind there. Did you watch that over Christmas?
The film?
I watched it, yeah, the film.
I have that.
Very,
I saw it at the cinema.
Oh, did you? It was very, very good. I enjoyed that.
It was, yeah, very good.
It did come to mind there, the way he fell.
Here's Company. Back to Stones. I once interviewed Eddie the Eagle.
Did you?
Yes. Interesting man. Quite eccentric. You won't be surprised to hear. Here's Fernandinho, gives the ball away on the halfway line. Mo Salah. Now it's back with Wijnaldum, halfway inside his own half. Liverpool go all the way back to Lovren. Half-time, less than 10 minutes away. It's still 0-0. Van Dijk just steers it low back to goalkeeper Alisson, but he's under no pressure here, Alisson. So he can take all the time that he likes, and he passes it just really a matter of inches past David Silva. And Liverpool are on the move again. Here's James Milner. Milner forward down the right-hand side. Salah's in the left-back area. Salah, Company does well, though, against Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian danger man. But it's the Belgian who came out with the ball, and now Leroy Sané running the ball centrally, overrunning it and colliding with Henderson.
Yellow.
And Henderson has come off worst here.
Sané showing his pace. It's Wijnaldum who... I think he booked Wijnaldum for the challenge, and he's pushed him. He hasn't really touched him, has he? Look, he's not done anything. He's slipped, actually.
Did he book Henderson or Wijnaldum?
Wijnaldum, I think.
Yeah, Wijnaldum it was.
Which he doesn't deserve that.
That's a cheap one. When you think that the 3 yellow cards we've seen,
that is not a yellow
2 of them
that is not
compared to Wijnaldum. Still 0-0. He's okay, Sané. Didn't need treatment, and Manchester City are back in play, playing it back into the D. And Stones receives it from his goalkeeper. Stones, tall and upright. Now it's with Fernandinho, and back to Company again. Rolls the ball across to Stones. Pep Guardiola standing with a dark blue hooded raincoat today, or anorak it is. Not sure if he's got his favourite cardigan on underneath that. Company on his right foot. Very, very patient stuff from Manchester City here. And actually, Company and Stones just exchanging passes time and time again. Ball played to Danilo. Milner wasn't able to keep it in. Throw in, just down in front of us, 10 yards away from the halfway line. Back to Stones once again. And across to Company. Stretches his legs. Excellent piece of play when Company there took the ball away from Mohamed Salah.
Brilliant. Just didn't wait, did he, for a trick? Didn't, straight into the ball, eyes on it, took it away from
City. Still with Stones in possession, who got the ball back from Bernardo Silva. Now Fernandinho tried to find Sterling, but Robertson was quickly across, and then the ball is overhit downfield, and Manchester City have got the ball back again with their goalkeeper. Half-time approaching. 5 minutes to go, and it's still 0-0. We're still waiting for the first goal between these sides this season. Laporte, high ball over the top. This is for Sané to chase. Wow. He's past Lovren, drives it across. Goalkeeper Alisson gets a hand to it, comes out to Sterling. Sterling on the edge of the penalty area, back onto his right foot, tries to dink it forward. It's blocked by a Liverpool head. Comes back to Fernandinho. Then he is able to give it to Laporte on the left. Laporte's out swinging cross. Van Dijk gets up high, heads it away. Aguero claims that he might have been shoved there by Van Dijk. Nothing from referee Taylor. Still Manchester City. Aguero at the near post, drives it in. Brilliant play from Sergio Aguero. What a touch. First with his right foot, then a rapier finish with his left foot, high into the Liverpool net. And City, they needed this, have taken the lead with less than 5 minutes to go to half-time. It's Aguero, it's Manchester City 1, Liverpool 0.
It all started with Zane's pace down that left-hand side. He goes away from Lovren, if he wasn't there. And then the ball comes back in, Aguero thinks he gets fouled. Nothing happens after that, but then this goal is absolutely Sergio Aguero at his best. He thinks he gets fouled. I don't think it's a foul. We just saw the replay, but he gets up off his feet, onto his feet, and then the next ball comes in. Great touch ahead of Lovren. Right foot first touch, left foot volley. In fact, it's a half volley, high into the right before the net goalkeeper. No chance. That is Sergio Aguero, who's had a very, very good first half. Brilliant goal, absolutely top draw.
It's one of those where the spectators, when they see it on the big screen, give an audible gasp once they see it again and see the skill that was involved there at high pace from this brilliant Manchester City striker.
That was top draw. Listen, he's a fantastic goal scorer, world class at it, you know that. His game tonight has been excellent so far this first half. His movement, his energy, and that finish, absolutely top draw.
Manchester City 1, Liverpool 0, and the leaders, the unbeaten leaders, are behind here at the home of the champions.
It's very important now, Guardiola. I'll be saying to them, keep the tempo up. You've got 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes to half time. Don't encourage Liverpool on, don't get sloppy.
Sergio Aguero's name being sung. There is a blue flare, it's actually a navy blue flare going off in amongst the Manchester City fans near the Liverpool section, but it's in the home area, and the stewards are now getting to wherever it is, and that blue smoke is billowing up out of the spectators in there behind the goal in which Sergio Aguero has just scored what is his 14th goal of the season. Here's Aguero again. Liverpool are able to scramble it away. Henderson heads it forward. Fernandinho now towards Sterling, and then Bernardo Silva in the centre circle. Manchester City looking to finish the first half strongly here, having scored the opening goal in the 41st minute. And that's 10 in the Premier League this season for Aguero, so he's got as many as Eden Hazard now. Here is Aguero down the left-hand side. Aguero looking for help from David Silva. Back to Aguero. Van Dijk came across, but well-timed challenge from Van Dijk on Aguero. And the Liverpool record signing clears it away towards the halfway line. Now here's Firmino. Firmino playing it through, looking for Salah. This time Stones came across. Now Fernandinho to Zane. And Zane will just slow it down and give it back to Laporte near the halfway line, and they'll go back into their own half, Manchester City. Less than 2 minutes of the first half to go, and Manchester City songs ringing around the ground. Sergio Aguero's name, such a favourite here. Aguero, the club's record goal scorer. That's another one to the tally. 213 now in a Manchester City shirt for Sergio Aguero. And he's scored in all 7 of his home league appearances against Liverpool. Not scored at Anfield against Liverpool, but scored 7 goals here against them. Here's Wijnaldum. Back it goes to the centre circle, where Henderson plays it to the right-hand side. Alexander-Arnold's ball forward, and then Stones is able to come across and clear it out of play on the halfway line.
Well, you say, Johnny, you look at this first half, City, great tempo about them, didn't create anything till Aguero produces that bit of brilliance. Liverpool could have been 1-0 up, we know that, where they hit the post and the mess up between Stones and the goalkeeper Edison. But overall, the other goal.
Firmino tries to play it through, but Kompany was in just the right place. He's looking for Salah on the edge of the box, but Kompany cut it out.
I think City's just edged it on football-wise, being in control of the game longer. But one chance first half, City's great tempo about them, didn't create anything till Aguero produces that bit of brilliance.
Less than an inch of a margin. Liverpool could have been in front, but Manchester City are through a brilliant finish. It really was. You need to see that. somewhere or other. Just vintage Sergio Aguero. You know, he's a player. I mean, you spotted it, Chris, didn't you? When he's on his game, when he's absolutely top fitness, and he's looked it tonight. Yeah. You know that goals are going to come.
Oh, his movement's fantastic. He picks it up, he runs it. Yeah, he runs in behind. He comes short. I mean, people will say, his first touch wasn't the best, and his second touch. Listen, that was brilliant. That ball fizzed across. First touch with 1 foot, left foot, bang, goal, no chance. He's brilliant at it. Brilliant goal scorer. But his all-round game's been great tonight.
Yeah. I know Liverpool's record goal scorer is watching here. We saw pictures of Ian Rush in the stands before the game. Here's Danilo heading the ball forward, but Van Dijk nods it back for Liverpool. Now Fernandinho turns, but Van Dijk, probably, if that had been either side of him, Sterling could have been away. But Van Dijk was in the right place. Now the ball on the right-hand side with Alexander-Arnold. That's gone a long way across field to the edge of the area. But Danilo is able to come across and with his left foot deliver it back into the Liverpool half. 2 minutes of added time are being played, and Manchester City lead by 1-0. We're going to hear from Pat Nevin at half-time, who's watching this game from afar, but he'll give us an assessment on what he's seen and picked out. Sterling plays the ball across towards Sané, just forward of the centre circle. Sané then plays it back towards Laporte. And Milner in with a challenge, and he was caught by Laporte. It's a free kick to Liverpool on the halfway line, and yes, the yellow card is being produced again by referee Taylor, this time for the left back Laporte, as he is tonight.
Yep, sloppy play. Milner gets there before him, just takes it away, and he takes him out, completely takes him out. Yellow card.
That's 2-2 on yellow cards, I make it. Company and Laporte.
That's it.
Lovren and Wijnaldum. Free kick then. And we are in the second minute. We've got less than 30 seconds of the 2 minutes to play. City leading through the Aguero goal. Free kick though. Milner has climbed to his feet and he's ready to take it. Manchester City holding their line almost 10 yards outside the penalty area. It's taken short by Milner to Alexander-Arnold. Then Milner's cross high into the area. Lovren was after it, but it was headed away, and headed away well for Manchester City. Firmino turns it to the right. The home fans want the whistle to go. Milner plays it in. Van Dijk heads it across. And then who was there to head it away? Little Sterling on the edge of the 6-yard box. No, it's Fernandinho on the edge of the 6-yard box to clear it away. And the half-time whistle goes at the Etihad Stadium. And Manchester City, in this game that was billed as a must-win game for the champions, whether that was the case is debatable, but they are winning it at half-time thanks to a brilliant piece of finishing from Sergio Aguero.
Yeah, I think City's just edged it. I think a lot of tension out there, a few tackles flying in, but the difference has been Aguero with that goal. And yes, Liverpool could have been 1-0 at the post, but overall I think City's just shaded it, but it's anything can happen in the second half. It's not dead.
Yep, two big incidents in the first half. Liverpool nearly scored, but Sergio Aguero did. So at half-time, Manchester City 1, the leaders Liverpool 0. Mark Chapman's here with us inside the stadium.
It was a fantastic finish, but it came from one of the few times that Manchester City actually managed to get in behind Liverpool, which maybe only happened twice, 3 times during that first 45.
Maybe that, but it was the first bit as we saw Zahn. He's got the legs on anybody, we know that. If he gets into a straight, he's so quick. We showed it a couple of times. If he can get that ball in the gap between the centre half and the full back, he can catch pigeons, we know that. Sterling, for me, he's got to move a little bit earlier. He's making people's minds up. He waits for the ball to be kicked. So when you're looking at Sterling, he's looking at you as if to say, what are you going to do? No, you make my mind up, you run and I'll kick it. He did it once and he got him behind.
All around this empty town, I'm searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Just there cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you, I'm catching near, in hopes you chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas, oh you meant the world to me. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas, oh you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Never gonna give you up, I'm never gonna let you go, never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give you up, I'm never gonna let you go, never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give you up, never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up, never gonna give, never gonna give. Never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give you up, I'm never gonna let you go, never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give you up, I'm never gonna let you go, never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up, never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up, never gonna give, never gonna give.
do I feel like I linger? Linger between the words to say the words to remember. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. We lose it all. Feel it in your arms, feel it in your legs, feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go, just let your body go, just let your body go and move to the rhythm. Now we won't go back home today, until the very last hour. We still got a few more days to slay, It's gonna get so much louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. We lose it all. Feel it in your arms, feel it in your legs, feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go, just let your body go, just let your body go and move to the rhythm.
Bernardo Silva. You enjoyed that pass from Bernardo Silva.
He's been the best player in the park for me tonight. Aguero's been great, don't get us wrong, first half brilliant, but overall, even start the second half, Bernardo Silva's been, his energy levels and his pass, the quality he's got in that left foot is fantastic.
Here's the ball up towards Sterling on the right hand side. Bernardo Silva waiting in the middle. The post-match interviews that we do, there'll be analysis as well. That'll be all for you to hear on the 5 Live Football Daily podcast. Aguero and now Leroy Sané. Sané advancing towards the edge of the penalty area, but Lovren forces him wide, gives it to Sterling now. Sterling into the box up against Robertson. Robertson puts in the challenge. Sterling goes down. Referee instantly says no penalty. Well, you can hear the supporters howling for it, the Manchester City fans. Not really much of a protest or an appeal from the Manchester City players. The two of them came together and ended up in a heap together, Robertson and Sterling. And now Alexander-Arnold passes the ball out of play on the halfway line.
Oh, Bernardo Silva doing shuttle runs there, but worthwhile. We're getting a replay here. Sterling goes on the outside. Yeah, there is arms on him, but no, he'd lost the ball.
He cuts the ball back.
Yeah, he chops it back with his right inside of his right foot, and yeah, Robertson's run all of them. They've grabbed each other and they've felt the ground, but no, I don't think he would have got the ball anyway.
Yeah, because the ball had gone.
Yeah.
Manchester City 1, Liverpool 0. BBC Radio 5 Live on this Thursday night, with the Premier League leaders unbeaten in the league so far this season, but losing 1-0 here to Manchester City. And Sané, black gloves on, all that hair, plays the ball down the left-hand side to David Silva. David Silva's ball across, diving header away by Lovren. An unconvincing clearance from Alexander-Arnold. Fernandinho now went for a curler, but hit it high over the angle of post and bar by between 5 and 10 feet.
I think Guardiola will be delighted the way City have approached the second half. They've come out the blocks, they're the team moving the ball. We've not seen anything of Liverpool, and so Klopp's going mad. I'm just seeing him on the replay here. He's going absolutely mad 2 minutes ago about his team. They just seem lack of energy, whether it's nerves, whether the occasion's got, I don't know. They just don't look fresh. They look as if very leggy, nothing about them.
And of course these two teams, that's the slightly disappointing side of it, is that this game comes now at the end of the Christmas and New Year period. Liverpool played 8 games in December. Manchester City played 9 games, and we might be about to see a Liverpool change actually. Fabinho is the player who's standing up and preparing himself to come on. Here's Alexander-Arnold though, running the ball forward from inside his own half. Manchester City players trying to get back. Alexander-Arnold's crossfield path was deflected actually, so Sadio Mane, and it slowed it down, and Manchester City have been able to get back into position. So yep, Fabinho will be coming on. He's just putting on his number 3 shirt now, so that will be the first change. I think they do need a little bit of something in midfield.
Yeah, we know he's a passer. I just wonder about the pace of the game. When I've saw of him, John, he's a good footballer, but the pace of this game, I don't know if it's a bit quick for him, but we know he can play.
Wijnaldum gave it away. Aguero to Sterling. Sterling's ball across, only half cleared by Van Dijk, swung a leg at it, and it bounced, fortunately for Liverpool, across the penalty area. And then the ball is won back with an acrobatic fling of the leg from Bernardo Silva, and Manchester City have got it back inside their own half. I was looking at the body language as well of Pep Guardiola when Alexander-Arnold was allowed to carry the ball forward. He feared the worst there, but it came to nothing. 1-0, Manchester City. They would move to 50 points if they hang on to the lead, but there's a long way to go yet. Much like the season itself. City in possession.
You just watch the time they've got on the ball, Company and Stones at times, and you watch the two wide men for City, and they just watch instead of taking off. They're in, the space is there behind. There we go.
David Silva playing it down the right-hand side. This for Sterling. Sliding challenge, good one from Andy Robertson. The ball deflected out towards the left-hand side. It's been a real tussle, Sterling and Andy Robertson. It's been one of the highlights of the game to watch those two take one another on. Liverpool coming forward. Sadio Mane does well. A little touch. Now to Milner. Milner to Mohamed Salah on the edge of the box. Two players quickly on him, both Sané and company. And Sané comes out with the ball against Liverpool's top scorer. And City clear it towards Lovren, who turns it back towards Alisson, who fortunately for him was outside of the penalty area. Aguero herring around. He's chasing Van Dijk now, and Van Dijk, long pass forward, easily cut out by the outstretched boot of Laporte. But now Alexander-Arnold to Salah. Mane, middle of the Manchester City half. Mane slips the pass towards the left-hand side to the dangerous Robertson. Robertson's ball in, took a deflection. But something of a doubt. He had the hamstring problem, and he won the Premier League twice with Manchester City. He was typically tireless when he was here, but he's being booed off by the home supporters, and he turns and very pointedly claps towards the Liverpool fans on the far side.
Well, yeah, obviously he's going to do that. So, listen, he's done his job. You cannot say he's had a bad game, but when you've got three similar players in the middle of the park, there's not enough creativity from them, and it's cost them so far. The front three haven't had any service.
Right, well, we'll see what effect Fabinho is